What is going on, people? Sean Roush back here with another mock draft. Today, we are drafting from the number four spot. We're going to do ESPN settings today. We usually do sleeper, but mix it up a little bit. You never know. Roster positions: one quarterback, two running backs, two wide receivers, one tight end, one flex, one kicker, one defense, six bench spots. Drop your kicker defense. Let's get this started. If you're not subscribed, subscribe. Don't miss out. I know my stuff. You're going to want to hear the takes I got. If you don't, you might do good, but there's some stuff I'm hoping to provide to you so that, hey, you're like, hey, I'm not going to draft this guy, or hey, I'm going to look at this guy because it's fantasy. You want to know who to and who not to draft. Fourth pick, Gibbs, Bijan off the board. Jamar Chase next. Next pick has to be Puka Nacua. The Rams are going to be the team to beat this year in the NFL. I think everything went right for JSN last year, so I would not have him in my top four. Automatic pick, gotta go with Puka. These have to be the top four. So, taking Puka right there. Now, it's important. The first two rounds, you have to go get one running back or you have to get two running backs. You cannot do double wide receiver. The good ones are going to be gone, and it's too risky. It's too risky. So Amon-Ra, JSN, Lamb, McCaffrey, Jefferson, Genty. I'm still not big on Genty just because he's on the Raiders offense and they're still bleh. I usually like getting running backs on good teams. So yeah, don't draft Genty. But the price is right. If he falls to a good range, maybe, but probably not. Drake London, AJ Brown, Malik Neighbors, Nico Collins, Jonathan Taylor, Chase Brown, and we're up. So we're looking for a running back, right? I know Pickens is here. I know Rice is here. But we need a running back. And luckily, James Cook is still on the board. Josh Allen does a year in and year out. I would prefer James Cook over Hampton, Barkley, and Walker. I'm not big on Achane just because Tua's a check down guy. I'm not sure how, Malik Willis is going to do. But that team just let's be real. I faded Achane last year and he proved me wrong. But now this year, it's a worse situation. Yes, he's going to get the ball, but he needs to get in the end zone. It's just, I don't want a part of that. I really do not want a part of that at all. So give me James Cook. The touchdown upside with Josh Allen is just incredible. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 touchdowns. Give me it. Boom. So Puka and James Cook, we got our one running back through the first two rounds. Immaculate. Derrick Henry, Devon Achane, Trey McBride, first tight end off the board. It should be Brock Bowers. This website's settings are that. George Pickens, Hampton, Kyren Williams, we're up. Saquon still on the board. Kenneth Walker still on the board. These wide receivers still on the board. Brock Bowers on the board as well. Now, I think Brock Bowers is going to kill it this year. Last year he was dealing with injuries. I just love tight end this year and where they're going. So for me, I'm not going to take Bowers right now because Saquon and K9 are still on the board. I'm okay with taking wide receivers in the next couple of rounds. I really don't like the running back range when it gets to... And, Love's not the worst pick, but I just think people are getting too early. Like, I don't like Hall. I don't like ETN. I don't like Scattaboo, believe it or not. So I'm going to take Saquon Barkley. I think last year was a down year. What was his finish? RB... What did he finish last year? Oh, yeah. RB14. That was a really disappointing year. I think they're going to bounce back. I know the OC wants them to run not at a shotgun as much, but they're still going to get him the ball, and I trust Saquon over K9, so give me Saquon. Buka, Brock Bowers, Olave, Rice, Josh Allen, first quarterback off the board. Zay Flowers, Devonta Smith, K9, Ted McMillan, Lamar Jackson, T. Higgins, Colston Loveland, and we're up. So, Tyler Warren is the last of the elite tight ends still there. Okay? This is the fourth round now, and Jeremiah Love is still on the board. He fell. He fell. Get he's a rookie, and I get that Tyler Algier is there as well. I think Tyler Algier will be in too. Rookies always, it's hard to take away. It's hard for them to just get the whole backfield immediately, unless you're Genty on the Raiders. But Algie's there. That's a concern. I have my one wide receiver. I know McConkey, Waddle, a little off McLaurin now just because Stephon Diggs is there. Luther Burden in training camp has been killing it. Realistically, I want to get one of Waddle or McConkey or Wilson. So one of these three or Warren. Do I have a preference of these guys? At the moment, I don't. I actually just think Jeremiah Love is a screaming value, believe it or not. Um, yeah, in the fourth, that's pretty good value. Let's look at their boards. I mean, yeah, this guy needs a running back, but yeah, I think we can get one of those wide receivers or Warren, honestly, and then shoot at wide receiver late. I'm gonna go for Love just with how the draft's playing out. And I'm okay with passing on. Yeah, I feel like if Jeremiah Love falls, you got to take him. So yeah, I'm gonna take Jeremiah Love. Garrett Wilson, DJ Moore, Brees Hall, McConkey, Luther Burden, Jalen Waddle, and we're gonna take Tyler Warren. Money. That's a decision where it's like, will you regret taking Love over someone like Waddle? That could be unfortunate. That could be the unfortunate truth because you don't know how much. Like, I think just taking Love is like, all right, my team's safe at running back. Let's go hit on these wide receivers. That's kind of like the mindset. Whereas you take Waddle, he is a beast and he gets so much more points. Like I'm hoping to have confidence in nailing these wide receivers coming up because if you're like unsure about these wide receivers, then I should really just be taking Waddle. So that could be a thing to think about. But Javonte Williams, Drake May, Travis Etienne, Jaden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, Joe Burrow, Judkins, Price, Jacobs, Scadaboo, Swift, Jalen Hurts, and we're up. It's wide receiver time, guys. We're gonna wait on quarterback. We got our three running backs. It's wide receiver time. Who are we gonna pair up with Puka Nakua? And quarterbacks wise, we like Trevor Lawrence, Dak Prescott. Okay. So Devontae Adams, I could just get the Rams wide receivers and have a blast. I really could. Mike Evans, everyone keeps getting hurt in San Francisco. I guarantee you it will keep happening. And he's dealing with injuries. He's getting older too. Um, Devontae Adams had a lot of touchdowns last year. Absolutely love that. Who doesn't like touchdowns? I might just take him for the upside. It's also a handcuff where it's like if Puka gets hurt, Devontae Adams is going to get more looks. If the Rams are consistently going to score all year, give me Adams. I do not care about doubling up. I know I'm going to hit wide receiver with my next pick anyways because we're solidified at running back. But if there's a week where it's like, who am I going to start? Devontae Adams is definitely a good look. As far as Mike Evans, Pearsall's out for the whole season. They have Debo now. Kittle's there. You know Mike Evans is going to get the ball a lot. You know he's going to get the ball a lot. I think I'm going to take Adams just because it's more safe for my team, but Evans could easily be above Adams. So I'm going to take Adams. I don't think Jameson's going to ever break out. He's solid. It's just they have Gibbs and they have Amon-Ra, and that's what they do. Like I know Jameson Williams has those top 24 wide receiver years, but I never know when to start the guy. I just never know. Like Devontae Adams to me more comfortable start. Harold Fannin, Caleb Williams, Jalen Warren, Justin Herbert, Bucky Irving, Jackson Dart. We're up. And just like that, Mike Evans falls to us again. Now, we got to keep in mind Trevor Lawrence and Dak Prescott. All the teams have a quarterback except us, so we're going to wait. I feel like we got to take Mike Evans here for the touchdown upside. I down here though, I wish it was Marvin Harrison. He's the perfect opportunity for targets, guys, but he just keeps dropping the ball. Um, that's like a really upside pick if there's no one left. But Parker Washington, phenomenal. He's been going to bed at 8 p.m., waking up in the building 5 in the morning. Just like yesterday, there's a tweet and he literally had 2 touchdowns, 118 yards. It's like, this ain't a game, my guy. This is just practice. He's doing everything. I just poked myself in the freaking eye. You know what? Yeah, I poked myself in the eye. We're gonna take Mike Evans, hoping that Parker's still there, and he's not. But that's the thing where it's like, yes, I took Mike Evans, but if you know a guy isn't going to get back to you, you really have to think. You have to think about that. I could be like, let's just take Parker Washington. He's a beast. But I'm going with Evans for the touchdown upside, hoping there's a chance Parker's there. And also, too, you never know, like Trevor Lawrence, there's 4 wide receivers that they have that are pretty good. He might spread out the ball. But I'm in on Parker this year. It's unfortunate he didn't fall, but if I have Adams or Evans, I'm just betting on one of them to be good. So, yeah. Henderson, Montgomery, Jameson Williams, Parker Washington, Carnell Tate, Wandale Robinson, Christian Watson, Rome Odunze, Josh Downs, Marvin Harrison, Brian Thomas, and Michael Pittman. I heard a tweet that like Brian Thomas was the downfield threat. Now, just watching his rookie year, this guy literally he would just burst down the field and make it look easy. That was a lot with like Mac Jones too. That was the year that like Trevor Lawrence was hurt, dealing with whatever. Trevor Lawrence plays a full season last year. Brian Thomas deals with injuries, doesn't mesh well. But when reports are coming out that Parker Washington is being a beast and Brian Thomas is still getting touchdown deep threat, that's great. Brian Thomas kind of reminds me of like Jameson Williams now, where it's like you never know when to start him. He's not bad. He's not a bad wide receiver. Just if people are saying Brian Thomas is the number one, that's tomfoolery. Yeah, it's tomfoolery. All right. Now, speaking of tomfoolery, Bajal two in the eighth round is ridiculous. That is so stupid. Um, that is a screaming value. If there's a screaming value like that, you got to take him. I know I said I'm going to hammer wide receiver, but two in the eighth round is ridiculous. I have 4 solid, capable running backs. Now I don't really need to look at the position again. So I'm going to take Tuin, and there's going to be some wide receivers left I like. Like, if I was up right now, I'd be taking Godwin or Tyson. I know Godwin's going to get targets this year. He definitely could be the target leader. You never know how it's going to work out in Tampa Bay. And then Tyson, I love the upside. I love how, he's a top 10 wide receiver in the NFL draft. Him paired up with Chris Olave, that's just going to be awesome for Tyler Shuck. The game script wise, they'll be behind in games, and that's awesome too. That's a real upside shot. I probably would be, and Alec Pierce is going to get those automatic targets too. I'm okay with any of these guys falling to me, and if none of them do, taking QJ, Myers would be solid pick. We'd be really thin on running back, but I'm not passing up on Tootin, so we're taking Tootin. And that's just for depth. I'm confident in my wide receivers, Puka, Evans, Adams, but now wide receiver, we're hammering. Hammering. Tyson, Harvey, Dowdle, Metcalf, Pollard, Sutton. Great, 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 great. Godwin. Should I just get the team with old wide receivers? You draft these old guys in your draft. People are gonna be like, great pick if this was 3 years ago. Oh, that's awesome. Nice pick. If this was last year. I'm drafting old guys at wide receiver. But yeah. So now the question is Godwin or Quentin Johnston or Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce is coming into the season with an injury. He is going to be on the field getting a lot of targets. Chris Godwin too. But if I have old Adams, I know Evans, there's a chance he gets hurt. And, Godwin, he got hurt last year, got hurt the year before. He keeps getting hurt every year. I don't like Alec Pierce that he's the number one wide receiver on his team, but he's going to get some targets. I'm not sure when. Like, you got to think about, like, would you actually start this guy? Both of them are going to get targets. I guess I'm gonna choose. And by the way, I believe these guys fell. I'm gonna choose Alec Pierce here just because with my team build, I still think he could be a type of deep threat. If he's gonna get targets, but let's say he doesn't get a crazy amount of targets. Let's say whatever he still gets those long catches. I'm willing to take an upside shot on this. I am willing, and I know there's gonna be wide receivers that are gonna get safety. So we're gonna go with Alec Pierce. Godwin too, injured every year. I don't want that on my team because I think my other guys, there's a chance they can get injured. Um, so Kyle Mungai, Chuba Hubbard, Chris Godwin, Michael Wilson, Jaden Reed. Michael Wilson, I think, he only did good when Marvin Harrison Jr. was injured. He is a talent, but if as long as Marvin Harrison Jr. is out there, I'm not drafting Michael Wilson. Jaden Reed, and same thing with Packers wide receivers. I never know which ones to start. This might be the year though, where take a shot on Watson, Reed, um, Matthew Golden. Who's gonna be it? No one knows. That's the same thing as every year. But Tucker Kraft is gonna be the guy, in my opinion. That's the guy I'm drafting, if anything. But at his ADP, gotta have a good deal, discount. Jacoby Myers, J.K. Dobbins, another good late running back to have. Kai Lemon, Rashad White, Ramondre Stevenson, Jonathan Brooks, Quentin Johnson, and we're up. So, wide receiver, still. I know these quarterbacks, they might try to double up right here. So, if we're going to get our guy, we should probably get him right now. Because there isn't really a wide receiver here that I'm like, we need to have. We need to have him. But Tucker Kraft is there as well. And he's still on the board. Realistically, I'm hoping all of these guys don't double up. And this guy actually doesn't have a tight end yet. So that would mean to me, I'm taking Tucker Kraft. It's another good opportunity for a flex spot. Like I said, these ADPs are weird. He should be gone, but we're going to take Tucker Kraft and hopefully a quarterback falls to us. Quorum, Mason, Kenny Gainwell, Aaron Jones, Krosky, Addison. Again, I'm still skeptical of Kyler and how he's going to do with the Vikings. He's going to do great. It's just, is he going to target Addison a lot? That's kind of my question. Jettas is going to get his stuff. Trevor, Dak, any wide receivers here that I like? No, there isn't. I'm targeting Debo, click, and Diggs. Their ADPs didn't move up. Simple as that. I'm going to take Trevor. Well, yeah, Pitts and Laporta here is just a joke, guys. That's just a joke. Yeah, I mean, no, I could wait. I could wait on quarterback. He actually has a tough schedule. You know what? Nah, Trevor's gonna be a beast this year. We're taking Trevor. Tyrone Tracy, Xavier Worthy, Pitts, Debo Samuel goes. Debo Samuel goes. Now his ADP is moving up. Next time I do this, I'll be like, maybe I take Debo, but probably not. Matthew Golden, Sam Laporta, Kamara, Kittle, Kelsey, Woody Marks, Chris Rodriguez, Dak Prescott, we're up. We got our quarterback. We will be getting another quarterback. So if these two guys are going to be handcuffs that we might drop, this has to be a wide receiver, quarterback right here. The reason why we need another quarterback is Trevor Lawrence has a tough schedule in the beginning of the season. I want him for the whole season because I know he's going to do good, but I have to decide during the week. Am I going to start him against tough defense? Probably not. I like starting quarterbacks in game scripts. And like I said, there wasn't running backs or wide receivers for me to take. Maybe Devo, but yeah. We're going to take at wide receiver, we're going to take Stephon Diggs. And now the reason why we're taking Stephon, he's the number two on Jaden Daniels' offense. Yes, Chig is there, whatever. Let's just look at the stats last year, guys. Let's look at the stats. Targets 7, 7, 12, 7, 8, 11, 10. These, like, he's getting a minimum amount of targets. Yes, there's some dud games, but I need someone that at least is going to get something. Uh, and Jaden Higgins, he could do solid. I'm not buying into the Texans offense passing wise because of Stroud, but then Tank Dell's there too. Shakir, DJ Moore's there. Never know what Bills wide receiver is going to pop off. Coker, that could be interesting. I want to see Bryce Young support a number two wide receiver, and I haven't seen that yet. Dobbs, I've been hearing, I think Jalen Polk, I think it's him. If I'm wrong, comment in the chat. But some wide receiver has been popping off for the Patriots, so that challenges Dobbs. Not buying into the Browns quarterback situation. If there's more bench spots and there's absolutely no one, I might be willing to take a shot at Denzel Boston because apparently he's been doing really good. Adonai Mitchell, cheeky, maybe. Number two on the Jets, but I would rather just go with Diggs right here. So we're gonna take Diggs. Yeah, I can make it happen with Adams, Evans, Pierce, and Diggs. I would say more bench spots. You really have to just keep loading up on wide receivers as much as you can. You just gotta hope for non-injuries. And my team's crazy because I have four capable running backs. So on the waiver wire, when people are taking a lot of running backs where they pop off, wide receivers don't really pop off. That's the risk you take when you get running backs early. It's like you could always get running backs on waiver wire. You can for wide receivers. So first couple of weeks when the league's still finding out the targets and stuff, just got to monitor who you think, watch their targets, see what's happening. Mahomes, likely, Purdy, Algier, Shaheed, and Brian Robinson. And we're up kicker defense, but at the same time, we're going to get handcuffs, drop them before the week one. Prioritize defense, though, over kicker. Now, oh, see, yeah, we clicked on Trevor Lawrence's name, people. And then, yeah, now we got to do that. All right. So we're going to look at Trevor Lawrence's. You know what? We can't even look at his schedule. Oh, yeah, wait. Hold up. All right. Let's look at his 2026 schedule. Cleveland, Denver, great defenses. New England, Cincinnati, not good defenses. We need a starter for week 1 and 2. Oh, what about week 5 and 6? Philly and Houston, those are pretty good defenses too. Brother, relax. You can manage your roster. You could see in weeks coming, you could plan for it. Just worry about the beginning of the season. I don't need to worry about 5 and 6. I need to worry about 1 and 2. Although I hate starting Trevor week 6, tell you that. Um, so let's look at the quarterbacks. We're looking for week 1 and 2. This is how you do it, guys. You look ahead. Kansas City, Jacksonville, maybe Bo, maybe. I know week 1's against the 49ers. Week 2's the Giants, maybe. If if the lines are up in games, I'm not sure how he's going to do passing. New Orleans and Buffalo, that could be interesting. I got to look for the green though. I got to see. And also too, last year is completely different than this year. Don't think just because they're green, like whatever. I think Jared Goff, that's very nice. Saints and Bills. Green Bay, Chicago. I'm just curious. I'm gonna look, see if anyone has a popping out. Cincinnati week 1. But again, Cleveland week 2. I'm not trying to carry whatever. I think hmm, hmm. I do the stack with Adams and Puka. That would be nuts. I think I like the San Francisco. I think I like Stafford the most. I think this the division games are always crazy. I think they're the team to beat. They're going to make a statement, and especially that they have Stafford and Puka and Adams, which are killers. I think that week one they prepare a lot. This team's dominant. This team is dominant. They will get a lot of stops with Miles Garrett. I'm just like the week 1-2 matchup, so we're gonna take Matthew Stafford again just for week 1 and 2. We'll have the choice, and after this draft, if you're like, oh, I got rushed into a pick, just look on the waiver wire, and you still have time to think about it. It's not locked in. Okay, we usually take handcuffs. We're gonna take wide receivers here. Stribling could back up Evans if he gets hurt. That's something to know too. If I'm like, hey, I'm not sure about Evans, he might get hurt. Get Stribling, he's the next guy up. Boom, that's one. And two, who is another guy? Higgins, maybe. Nah, talk myself out of it already. Um, Boston. Like if I'm hearing these things about, and Antonio Williams could back up, but still I think Chig's involved. But if I'm hearing this stuff about Boston, he could be the number one wide receiver over Jerry Jeudy. You never know. Shador could be slinging the thing. They could be behind in games. I'll take the shot on him. I've been hearing great things. And like I said, if the season's starting and I have to drop two people, and one of these, if I'm like, if Boston's popping up, you want to keep him, drop like Diggs, or you're like, no, I'm going to roll with Trevor. It gives you the option. Mike Evans gets hurt, Sterling pops in. If you're like, I want Sterling on my team just to back up Evans to keep my wide receiver safe, then drop Austin or drop Diggs and be like, Stafford, I'm going to start Trevor. Same thing. But anyways, quarterback, Trevor Lawrence and Matthew Stafford. Running backs, James Cook, Saquon Barkley, Jeremiah Love, Bajal Tootin. Wide receivers, Puka Nacua, Devontae Adams, Mike Evans, Alec Pierce, Stephon Diggs, Dezon Striblin, and Denzel Boston, and tight end Tyler Warren and Tucker Kraft. Yes, guys, these ADPs are ridiculous, but you know, I like to do mocks on ESPN with real people. These are computer mocks. But if you do it with real people, you'll see what they take. Same thing where if you do ESPN mocks and you do mocks on other sites, you'll see who's going who before. What I like to do is I'll have an Excel. If I'm mocking for a 10-team league, I will do like 5 mocks and I will just see the earliest these people are going, and I'll kind of figure out like, hey, this guy, there's a chance he might fall to me, or no, this guy ain't gonna fall to me in all the mocks I did. So it's just preparing yourself, getting used to everything. But anyways, ask questions. What do you want to know? I will provide those answers to you. But thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Don't miss out. We're doing mocks every day almost until the season starts. And when the season starts, I'm going to do rankings and whatnot. But thanks for watching. Until next time, peace.